Cannabis Common Sense, the show that tells the truth about marijuana and the politics behind its prohibition.
This one's for you, Seattle. I smoke 2 joints in the morning. I smoke 2 joints at night. I smoke 2 joints in the afternoon. It makes me feel alright. I smoke 2 joints in time of peace and 2 in time of war. I smoke 2 joints before I smoke 2 joints, and then I smoke 2 more. Oh, my daddy once told me, son, you be hard-working man. Mama, she once told me, son, you do the best you can. But then one day I met that man who came to me and said, hard work good and hard work fine, but first take care of head. So now I smoke 2 joints when I get up. In the car I smoke 2 joints. I smoke 2 joints when I play video game, and at every 10,000 points I smoke 2 joints. I smoke 2 joints in time of peace and 2 in time of war. I smoke 2 joints before I smoke 2 joints, and then I smoke 2 more. But daddy once told me, son, you'll be hard-working man. Mama, she once told me, son, you'll do the best you can. And then one day I met that man who came to me and said, what did he say? Hard work good and hard work fine, but first take care of head. So now I smoke 2 joints in the morning. I smoke 2 joints at night. I smoke 2 joints in the afternoon. It makes me feel alright. I smoke 2 joints in time of peace and 2 in time of war. I smoke 2 joints before I smoke 2 joints, and then I smoke 2 more. Smoke 2 joints, that's what I do. Smoke 2 joints. Legal up here. I need a real estate agent. Oh, joints. Oh, joints. Come and smoke 2 joints with me in the morning. Oh, joints. Come and smoke 2 joints with me in the afternoon. Yeah. Oh, joints. I smoke 2 joints. That's what I do. Smoke 2 joints.
We're called the Arden Park Roots, if you guys forgot who we are. Come talk to us, we're really friendly fucking people. it on the real, and we will love the herb. Comes straight from the earth like rain. You every day we be pumping the sense of me, yeah. You every day we be keeping it on the real, and we will love the herb. Comes straight from the earth like rain. Conversion band, make it cloudy from the door. Say no, 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 no. We know how to roll. Cause I'm back in the seat, back in the seat, back in the key, back in the key. In that song, gotta be gone. Song called Green and Thor. If you wanna know. You wanna know like me. Riding dirty California, kid up Chico, then them Siskiyou, North to Methador, I get on the Portland with my safety crew. In Seattle, Tacoma, the aroma of the Urkel-colored purple bring a smile to a basic tube. Up in Bellingham, pulling out the bong again, but pack it to the brim. Pieces fine and herbal medicine, popping off the shoulder, down the road, it's never done another day, and now the city never sure, but down the way have been. Every day we be pumping the sense of me, yeah. Every day we be keeping it on the real, and we will love the herb. Come straight from the earth like rain. You every day we be pumping the sense of me, yeah. You every day we be keeping it on the real, and we will love the herb. Come straight from the earth like rain. When I look back at all the crap we pulled back in Spokane, Washington, hits me in my mind, we just steamroll through those days again. East to Idaho, we're welcome in Missoula. Them Boise getting noisy in the state of your potato skin. All through Montana, the land of shiny mountains, so we blast a show in Billings. Off to South Dakota, it's Rapid City's quota. At the club and screaming fans and think about us on the planet just to leave it down. Down to see all the kids on a weeknight. Drinking down the Southern Colorado, get them ducking by. Nothing beats a view. Rips on the neck, I know the vibe. Photograph the town and sail down into the moon we fly. Arizona, Flagstaff, cardigans. Scottsdale, can you hear me? I still have your polo cardigan. See us down in Phoenix, slanging records to them older kids. Then down to Tucson where them college kids blazing it. California, San Diego, where the ladies at. Ocean in Hermosa, yo, where we get invaded at. Off the slow, we always go. Get the party started, then Sacktown. Back in every club we play it at. Every day we be pumping the sense of me, yeah. Every day we be keeping it on the real, and we will love the earth. Coming straight from the earth like rain. Every day we be pumping the sense of me, yeah. Every day we be keeping it on the real, and we will love the earth. Coming straight from the earth like rain. Different places, flipping and getting plays, going through the different phases, contagious when we be living it up, rocking it all night long. Jamie and the AP roots get you in the zone, coast to coast. Don't never know representing in your town. Guaranteed you love the weed mixed with the reggae sound. How it goes down, turn it up when you feel us. Got relax, go back and take a puff of the sense of me, yeah. It's like in the boom in the blunt, to your rip and the candy scum. I got whatever you want, but on the speakers in my drum. I got whatever it takes, cause that don't give me no break. I want you to know you did rock that choking do a taste. Light it up, we light it up, we light it up, we light it up, no, 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 no. No, 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 that herb.
seed. Life, seeding life. And the earth is our mother. And the land is her flesh. And the water is her milk. And the oil is her blood. And we are her children. In this land we come from, of this earth we're made of, with us as future ancestors, given responsibilities to live. We are the future we bring. If we don't take care of the land, how can the land take care of us? Same with sky and air we breathe. Today is time to remember tomorrow and the reality of we reap what we sow. The reality of land and life is in the seed. Seed has memory of life. Wild seed memory, keeping alive, up close, face to face with the destroyers and their synthetic seed without memory. Toxic planting poison in earth and minds. Disregarding well-being for maximizing profits. Abandoning the children to massive debt. Making the price of freedom unaffordable at the expense of the many for the benefit of the few. Like a spreading mad human disease, chaosing minds with liars' promises, seeding old fears with new fears. Life in the world of the money man. It's time to think our way out of what we believed our way into. How can we show respect to life if we don't use our common sense? Wild seed. Life, seeding life. And the earth is our mother. And the land is her flesh. And the water is her milk. And the oil is her blood. And we are her children.
This is, as you can see, Indian cannabis, a fluid extract of Indian cannabis from Wyeth and Brothers. Right next to it, it is a cannabis compound called Kill a Cough. It's a really neat bottle. It's if you like bottles, and I do. This one is a chloroform cannabis mixture, and it's called Kill a Cough as a cough medicine. Next to it, we have this that also came in this. It's also Kirkekal's cough medicine. It has a little package here with instructions in Swedish, Bohemian, Spanish, Italian, French, and several other languages. So this is also cannabis and chloroform. Basically, that just knock you out, right, doctor? You take cannabis and chloroform, boom, you're knocked out. You won't be coughing. Then we have this one from Eli Lilly, a 1-pint bottle of fluid extract number 96, cannabis. Eli Lilly had about 8 different cannabis preparations, several of them pure, some of them were fluid extract, powdered extract of hemp, which was basically hashish. Then we have this little package of hemp oil. We've taken it and lit this lamp to demonstrate the energy potential of cannabis, and then of course our hemp twine.
Well, here's a little song that you might get along with, all about a natural seed growing wild by the side of the roadway. It's nature's a wonderful weed, been around so long it's hard to tell why anyone would think it's new. Love it or hate it, however you relate it, I'll leave that up to you. But isn't that righteous? And isn't that good enough? Ain't that the way it ought to be? Isn't that righteous? Isn't that good enough? Righteous is good enough for me. History's locked in a cardboard box and it's hard to take a look, with sidetracked frills and fantasies all written all over the book. Everybody tells you what to think and they've got their reasons why. You gotta pick reality up by the scruff of the neck and look it right in the eye. And isn't that righteous? Isn't that good enough? Ain't that the way it ought to be? Isn't that righteous? And isn't that good enough? Righteous is good enough for me. Now the same people that are spreading the fear, the same people that scare me the most. You know, some of them look like they just as soon like they're hanging from a lamppost. They talk about what it does to your brain. Well, I just have to react, cause Hitler never touched this stuff, and that's an actual fact. And isn't that righteous? Isn't that good enough? Ain't that the way it ought to be? Isn't that righteous? And isn't that good enough? Righteous is good enough for me. George Washington was the father of our country, and he had a hemp plantation. Betsy Ross used it to make the flag that flew above the baby nation. They wrote their declarations on paper from that same hemp fiber press, and I don't know what they smoked when they were taking a break, but I got a pretty good guess. And isn't that righteous? Isn't that good enough? Ain't that the way it ought to be? Isn't that righteous? And isn't that good enough? Righteous is good enough for me. Uptight, it just might make you smile. Use a seed oil in your engine, it'll lubricate the miles. Glaucoma and chemotherapy, they say it smooths out the track. So next time you meet a cancer patient, ask them what they think about that. Isn't that righteous? Isn't that good enough? Ain't that the way it ought to be? Isn't that righteous? And isn't that good enough? Righteous is good enough for me. I don't know why some people get so upset when you say to legalize it. They'd rather build more jails, arrest more people, and spread more crazy lies. It's like talking to a brick wall. You know, they just don't get the facts. I think they ought to try a little that Betsy Ross. It just might help them relax. And isn't that righteous? Isn't that good enough? Ain't that the way it ought to be? Isn't that righteous? And isn't that good enough? Righteous is good enough for me. So I'll be on my way now. Guess I've taken just about enough of your time. I know there's a lot of people out there that don't like my state of mind, but I got mine and you got yours. We get what we can take. So next time I need a breather, well, I might just take a little smoke break. And isn't that righteous? Isn't that good enough? Ain't that the way it ought to be? Isn't that righteous? Isn't that good enough? Righteous is good enough for me. Isn't that righteous? And isn't that good enough? Ain't that the way it ought to be? Isn't that righteous? And isn't that good enough? Righteous is good enough for me.
100 guys might get alright. Tonight it could be my turn. Beam me up, I will not be abducted tonight. Beam me up, I'm not afraid to fly high. Beam me up, I will not be abducted tonight. I was wondering before you took me home, could I fly your ship? I wanna fly your ship. Fly your ship. I wanna fly your ship. One time around the sun, one time around the moon, one time around the earth, stars, Venus and Mars, bird, I've been waiting for the aliens. I've seen all the movies. I'm so prepared to go up there. I just know they're gonna choose me. I know they're gonna choose me. I'm waiting for the aliens. I'm packing my possessions. 'Cause when I get my place in outer space, you can take it with me. Beam me up. I wanna be abducted tonight. Beam me up. I'm not afraid to fly high. Beam me up. I wanna be abducted tonight. And I was wondering before you take me home again, can I fly your ship? I wanna fly your ship. Fly your ship. I wanna fly your ship. One time around the sun, one time around the moon, one time around the earth, stars, Venus and Mars, baby, I'll be with you. I bet they have a lot of questions, and maybe some suggestions, and I bet they're gonna ask me about man's insanity. You got a real nice planet here, but you better watch your atmosphere, and you better clean your waters up. I'll have love for your cup, I say. You got a real nice planet here, but you better watch your atmosphere, and you better clean your waters if your waters up. Or have love for your cup, I say. You got a real nice planet. It's a real nice planet. You better watch your atmosphere. It's a real nice planet. And you better clean your waters. It's a real pretty planet. Have love for your cup. Beam me up. I wanna be abducted tonight. Beam me up. I'm not afraid to fly high. Beam me up. I wanna be. I was wondering before you took me home again. Could I fly your ship? I wanna fly your ship. Fly your ship. I wanna fly your ship. One time around the sun, one time around the moon, one time around the earth, stars, Venus and Mars, baby, I'll be with you. One time around the sun, one time around the moon, one time around the earth, stars, Venus and Mars, baby, I'll be with you. Thank you. We're the Toys. It's all original music.
This is Mr. Henry Ford in 1941 with Popular Mechanics magazine showing off his car made from hemp.
Come climb the mountain with me. Come see what we can see. Come climb the mountain with me, and then we will all be free. Some men are born to lead, some men have destiny, but some men plant the seed and some men set it free.
We had 92,000 cars a day, thousands of people parking behind the FBI building, and they arrested us and they said, you cannot do this. I said, well, I'm not going to pay you a fine and go on probation. So I did 15 days in prison rather than give them a $5 fine.
Wow,
You know, we had
that's kind of like telling Jesus you can't practice on Sunday.
it was a fine line.
So come climb the mountain with me, come see what we can see. Come climb the mountain with me, and then we will all be free.
Jack here and Ed Adair.
Well, hi, guys.
They must be on the hemp tour. Are you on the hemp tour?
One man said we must hear. One man's voice was clear. One man heard the call. His vision speaks for all.
The number one plant for paper, fiber, and fuel from the natural cycle had been outlawed. That somehow the synthetic cycle had won, when the number one thing in the natural cycle could outproduce it and completely clean up the atmosphere. So my partner, Captain Ed, who had become my partner in 1973 and doing the politics of this, said we have to teach everybody in the world. So we went around and told everybody. Yeah. But it was a slow process.
So come open your eyes with me and come see what you can see. It's time for the world to know the emperor wears no clothes. Come open your eyes with me. It's time for you to see. It's time for the world to know the emperor wears no clothes. It's time for the world to know the emperor wears no clothes. The emperor wears no clothes. The emperor wears no clothes. The emperor wears no clothes.
Giant steps are what we take, walking on the moon. Oh, I hope my legs don't break, walking on the moon. We could walk together, walking on the moon. We could walk forever, walking on that moon. Nah! Walking back from your hours, walking on the moon. Walking back from your house, walking on the moon. Set my feet don't hardly touch the ground, walking on the moon. My feet don't hardly make no sound, walking on that moon. No, I said some message. I'm wishing my days away, no way. For which it is a price I will pay, no way. Tomorrow is another day, no way. Might as well pay, might as well pay. Giant steps are what we take, walking on the moon. Whoa, my legs don't break, moon. We could walk together, walking on the moon. So we could walk forever, walking on that moon. No, I said some may say I'm wishing my days away. No way, for which it is a price I will pay. No way, tomorrow is another day. No way, might as well pay. Ooh, might as well pay. Giant steps are what we take, walking on the moon. Oh, I hope my legs don't break, walking on that moon.
He's a hit at the hemp fest rallies and a kick at the hemp stalk too. Strutting his fudge and brownies that he wants to share with you. 'Cause he's the candy man, a sugar shaking fudge making brownie baking son of a gun. 'Cause he's the candy man, a sugar shaking fudge making brownie baking son of a gun. Strut. Give a sweetness to the brew, 'cause he's the candy man, a sugar shaking fudge making brownie baking son of a gun. He's the candy man, a sugar shaking fudge making brownie baking son of a gun. Do the strut. The candy man, a sugar shaking fudge making brownie baking son of a gun. He's the candy man, a sugar shaking fudge making brownie baking son of a gun. Take it away.
Right.
This is Woody Guthrie's 100th birthday this summer in July. And the interesting thing about that is he basically defined the art of the ballad. The ballad when it refers to, the ballad when it comes from the concrete situational life that you live in. So he was a pretty important character in our alternative culture. So I took his most famous song, which is "This Land Is Your Land," and I rewrote it, and it goes like this. Gather around me, hear my sad story. I know you think you've heard someone sing it before me, but it's an old song, I had to change it. Times ain't what they used to be. As I went walking a superhighway below the gray haze and sooted skyway, I was arrested for hitchhiking on the freeway. They said it don't belong to me. No, it ain't my land, and it ain't your land. Could be a rich land, but it's a poor land, 'cause of the few that hold it in their tight grip hands, so that it don't belong to you or me. When I was younger, and in my schooling, I learned and followed by all the rulings. I never dreamed that they were only fooling. How could my teachers lie to me? But as time passed and I grew older and the world around me got a little colder, well then a voice came calling at my shoulder, said it don't belong to you or me. No, it ain't my land and it ain't your land. Could be a rich land, but it's a poor land, 'cause of the few that hold it in their tight grip hands, so that it don't belong to you or me. That's right. From the boardrooms of corporations to the back rooms of desperate situations, it's a confused and disunited nation, all the way from sea to shining sea. From the urban war zones of the busted streetlights to the toxic wastelands of Nevada test sites, from the open strip mines to the clear-cut forests. Oh, it's a sad sight to see. I see the downsides, I see the layoffs, the corporate welfare, politicians, payoffs. I see the breadlines that never make the headlines, 'cause they aren't so entertaining on TV. When they can reduce you to just a number, when they can knock you down and they can plow you under, and when the only thing that matters is the dollar, then you know it don't belong to you or me. No, it ain't my land, and it ain't your land. Could be a rich land, but it's a poor land, 'cause of the few that hold it in their tight grip hands, so that it don't belong to you or me. There was a time when the song was greater, but that was then, and this is later. And there's a hole in my heart that's like a crater, and they say it's gonna be the death of me. So let's take this song back, let's take this country, take back our future. It's our duty. Let's stand up tall so that everyone can see. Then this land will belong to you and me. And it will be your land, and it will be my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters, this land will belong to you and me.
when we got nowhere to go. We can light a fire under the sun. We can blast the radio when we got nowhere to go. We can put the car in cruise control. Ooh, yeah, yeah, whoa. We can blast the radio when we got nowhere to go. Cause girl, I come a long, long way for you. And you can make the plan, tell me what you wanna do. And I'm the favorite one, you're the one I'll be singing to. Cause girl, I come a long, long way for you. When the time comes, I'll be on the run all the time. I gotta move on to the next one. The minute we'll be back, I don't know. In the meantime, I'll be doing fine. I realize it's really hard to say goodbye. And even use the hardest part of the road. We can spend the night under the moon. Forget about the real life and enjoy the view. I get lost in time when I lie down next to you. We can rock the whole night away, nothing I would rather do. I realize normally we would take it slow, without a destination, just spin the globe. We can get high, baby girl, if you're feeling low. And I can promise you tonight, you're the only girl I know. When the time comes, I'll be on the run, and all the time I gotta move on to the next one. And when we'll be back, I don't know. In the meantime, I'll be doing fine. Realize really ought to say goodbye. Living just the hardest part of the road. We can light a fire under the sun. We can blast the stereo when we got nowhere to go. We can put the car in cruise control. Oh, yeah, yeah, whoa. We can blast the stereo when we got nowhere to go. When the time comes, I'll be on the run all the time. I gotta move on to the next one. And when we'll be back, I don't know. In the meantime, I'll be doing fine. I realize it's really hard to say goodbye. Leaving is the hardest part of the road. We can light a fire under the sun. Cause girl, I've come a long, long way for you.
Roll me a spliff. Yes, I'd love to have a whiff. Twist me up a bud so I can rub this hiccup.
doob. We'll be rocking in a deep, deep groove if you just roll it. Time to get yourself up on this one-way length and let your heart do the thing. I mean, we're speaking for this feeling, so what the, anyway? Hey, roll me a spliff. Yes, I'd love to check me with. Twist me up a bud so I can rub your sit up. Make us up a doob. We'll be rocking in a deep, deep groove when you just roll it.
trying to get yourself up on this here one wavelength and let your heart do the pay. I mean, we're speaking for our freedom, so hey, what the, anyway? Say, throw me a spliff. Yes, I'd love to have a whiff. Whisk me up a bud, so I can rub this a dub. Bang me up a dupe. We'll be rocking in a deep, deep groove. Y'all just roll it.
Hi, I'm Willie Nelson, and I urge you to support the Oregon Cannabis Tax Act to regulate marijuana and restore industrial hemp. This initiative will end adult marijuana prohibition and let our criminal justice officers focus limited resources on real criminals and not on marijuana users like me. OCTA will also allow farmers to grow hemp for fuel, fiber, and food to create jobs and help our economy. Please support OCTA. Thank you.
Okay, Casper, we are done with another song. Mr. John Cornette is standing by.
Right.
You've got incredible radio shows at timeforhemp.com. I did your plug.
Thank you.
You can find out more about our petition drive. Just come to hemp.org, hemp.org. You got enough for 3 minutes of music, John?
Yeah, sure. We'll just do it.
Okay, and we've got lots of pretty flower pictures, too. Thank you for watching, and help us restore hemp.
All right, this is one of my favorite songs. I wrote this for Mr. Bill Appel back there and his wife Red, and I wrote it with my girl Jan Sue in mind, who will be back tomorrow. She will be back. I heard about that
in Southern Oregon on Wednesday. She's driving down the road. She stops and backs up. It was quite the coincidence.
Was she aiming for anybody when she was backing up?
For 12,000 years, she's healed our lives. For 1,000 more, she will brave the fight. She's my Joan of Arc, reaches through the flames, says, "Come to me, I can heal your pain." She's my Mary Jane, she's my Mary Jane, she's my Mary Jane, she's my Mary Jane. She comes to me, gives me sight, she holds me up in the heat of the fight. She's my Rosa Parks, holds her seat. She's amazing grace. She is oh so